After 12 months of usage and just over 10,000 kilometers on my Favero Assioma Duo pedals, I thought I'd get the bearing replacement kit and run through how easy it was to replace the bearings myself in those pedals. The bearing kit runs for €33, 37 US dollars, or around $55 Australian. So I have the kit here. Let's get straight into it. Okay, before we get started, let's go through the items used today. Well, obviously the pedals there, the replacement bearing kit from Favero for the Assioma Duos, the instructions, a felt-tipped pen, an 8mm, 6mm and 5mm hex wrench, a 9mm socket, a torque wrench and some lithium grease. And with that, let's get started. Okay, off with the instructions and on to the pedals. You can hear the difference in sound. That pedal in particular has a bit of a grind to it. It's not loose, just a grind. And hopefully that's what we can get rid of today. Okay, starting off, 6mm hex wrench, just removing the end cap. Once that's out of the way, we can see the nut that's holding the pedal on. Socket set in there. And we use the 8mm hex wrench here, just a bit of a leverage, and there wasn't a lot of pressure needed to be put on there, so the torque wrench is okay. Don't worry about that. Alrighty, we remove the nut from the socket for when it wants to come out. There we go. And do note, I will need to loop back to this because that is a silver nut. The other nut is a black nut. It does actually matter. I'll show you why in just a few moments. Pedal body off the spindle. That's where all the smarts are. And you can see there's bearings on that side and through here. We'll just give that a bit of a clean before we get too messy on the bench. Not too much care taken in removing the bearings because we won't be using these again, so we just pull those out with the tools that we have. They slide out quite easily. It doesn't really need a bearing removal tool or anything too complex. And there are two bearings on that side. Getting a bit industrial with that removal, but once we are done, two bearings out one side, one bearing out the other. Giving that a bit of a clean. Okay, bearings for both sides are supplied, so we'll pull out the end cap, we'll pull out the wrong nut there, just wait, I swap it later. We pull out one bearing for the outside and two for the inside of the pedal, and what they call the oil washer or oil retainer. Now, here's where the felt tip pen comes in handy. It's a perfect size for inserting the bearings, and it doesn't take too much force to get them in. So there we go, clip, clip, in with that end there. And the other side, that just sits in nice and easy. Okay, with the oil retainer inserted the correct direction, pedal back on the spindle, and me switching to the correct nut. for this side, which is the silver nut, into the socket set. And this is standard clockwise for tensioning. The other one goes the other way, but this pedal is quite simple for the first one. Setting the torque wrench. Now the indicated Newton meters is between 8 and 10. I'm going with 9. Playing the center line. 8mm hex wrench in, torque wrench in, flip it the right way, and we hold the torque wrench in the correct position until, yeah, lots of clicks, just to be sure, to be sure, to be sure. It's not going anywhere. And the end cap in with the 6mm hex wrench. This is definitely one of my first ASMR videos here on my channel. There we go. Smooth as silk. Now this wasn't the one that had the issue, it's the next one. It was my right hand pedal. So let's have a look at this. Yeah. You can hear that, definitely. Same process, and you're in for the journey. Round 2. End cap off. And the good old reverse thread on this one. Again, doesn't take too much tension. The torque wrench is okay. Okay, out with that bolt. Yeah, removing these anyway, I know how. Gets agricultural on that, and out they come. Two for one. Bonus. Okay, after a bit of a clean, a little bit more grease. There's still some grease on there from the factory, so after about 10,000 Ks, that's not too bad. They've lasted very well. But we top that up anyway. Two bearings for the inside, one bearing for the outside, going straight in with my bearing press / felt tip pen. The oil retainer, back on the spindle, and slowly getting my head around the reverse nut. And it's already set to 9 Newton meters. Yep, all good. To be sure, to be sure, to be sure, to be sure. Now this was the pedal that was pretty grindy. No grind. Back with the end cap, 6mm hex.
smooth as butter. There we go. Pedals serviced, bearings replaced. Good for another 10,000 Ks. And for anyone playing at home, it was this one bearing that was out. Just one of the inboard bearings. The rest were fine. So it just appeared to be only one bearing going bad. Just testing the others here for grindiness. They're all good. It's that one there. That was the problem.
So there we are. Bearings replaced. Took around 15 minutes with the correct tools there. And they are silent and nice and smooth. Okay, time to get these on the bike and get out for a ride. Have a great weekend.